This is going to be FBB Football Leveler number 7. Let's go ahead and screen share everybody in the break. Clearance here at the top, Michael M. You're at the bottom of the copy. And I'm going to paste this into random.org. As always, random 7 times. Here we go. There's 1. Here comes number 2, 3. Let's watch it. Razzle dazzle. 4, 5, 6, and 7. There it is. Sean C. at the top. David M. You're at the bottom of the copy. And paste this into our NFL spreadsheet. Let me pull this up here for you. All right, there it is right there. Boom. And let's go ahead and make it real big as we read the names and teams off here to you. Sean C., you got the Cardinals. Joe W., Falcons. David K. with the Ravens. Nicole T., Bills. Victor S., Panthers. April B., you have the Bears. Gary H., Bengals. Gary J., Browns. April B., you have the Cowboys. Sean C., Broncos. Darren M., you've got the Lions. David M., Packers. Kaysen with the Texans. Ted H., Colts. Clarence C., you have the Jags. Eric M., Chiefs. Nicole T., you have the Dolphins. Gary H., Vikings. Nicole T. with the Patriots. Joe W., Saints. Nicole S. with the Giants. John C., Jets. Tim S., Raiders. Nicole T., Eagles. Michael M., Steelers. Sean C., Chargers. Josh E., 49ers. Sean C., you have the Seahawks. David K., Rams. John C. with the Bucks. Kaysen with the Titans. And David M. with the Redskins. All right. Any trades on teams here in Leveler 7 football, please do so now. I don't think Sean's in here, buddy. I don't see Sean in here. He owns the Seahawks. I'm sorry, man. A lot of trade talk going on. Watch out. Yeah, John, I'll tell you the reason we don't do purchased teams. You know it, buddy. Is because if you had one guy, for example, your Seahawks and Raiders, if you had somebody that always bought those teams before you, when we posted breaks, you'd never have a chance to have them. So that's why we don't do pre-priced teams. We're not a fan of it personally. That's why you always see us do random. If a guy always bought the Colts and you were trying to get a Luck, you never have a chance to get it before the other. That's why we don't do that. All right, let's get going here. Titans for Bucks is offered. We need to get rolling. All right, let's just go ahead and roll it. Good luck. Let's see if we can pull out a prime. What do we need in this one to move to level 2? What do we need as a team to move to level 2? Lightweight. Lightweight alert. All right, here's a Bishop Sankey. Right here, Tennessee Titans. Right there. Look at that. Tennessee Titans. And that is Kaysen S. coming out to you. Kaysen S. Tennessee Titans, Bishop Sankey. All right, Ebron and Julio Jones. All right, lightweight alert, watch out. All right, here we go. First up, Alshon Jeffrey, Bears. Terrell Suggs, Alonzo. And then we got a prime timers. Isn't it funny how karma works, Veronica? Isn't it funny how that works? All right, it always comes back around. Just saying. All right, next up is a Roddy White. That's what they tell me. Next up. Yeah, I was going to say, if Kaysen was Joey undercover, I think we'd be out of, we would not be doing breaks anymore. All right, here is a A.J. McCarron. Look at this. Rookie card, autograph, Cincinnati Bengals. Gary H. That's coming out to you, Gary H. Very nice. And then we got a Teddy Bridgewater. Next up, Aaron Rodgers. There's Ace Sanders. Prime rookies Sankey. And then we're going to have a Khalil Mack quad right here. 48 of 140 of the Raiders. Tim S. That's coming out to you, Tim S. And Allen Robinson. All right, next up we've got a Victor Cruz right here, Giants. Bill. Here's a Stafford. Antonio Brown. And then, ooh, man. Autograph, rookie variation, copper parallel, Paul Richardson. Unbelievable. Copper parallel. Who's got the Seahawks? That is Sean C. That's coming out to you, Sean C. Sean C. Sorry, man, that's tough, dude. All right, next up. Next up in the leveler, Richard Sherman. And then we're going to have a Patterson. Short print right there for the Vikings. Fitzy and West. All right. Case, I think Joey's still waiting on one from 2 years ago, man. There's a ball right there. He got one recently he forgot about 2 years ago. Here's a Mathis. And then we're going to have a Kadeem Carey short print right there for the Bears. He was here earlier, Veronica. Came in and saw the DiMaggio ball. Paul Richardson. Oh, do you really, Tim? That's crazy, dude. Kuechly right there. Thomas. All right. And next up, Vincent Jackson. Prime rookies, Jordan Matthews. All right, cool. Let's move on to level 2. Let's move on to level 2. Is that right, Dale? 18 months. Wow, man. Crazy, Holmes. Just crazy. 18 months. All right, what's up? What's Finest Football is next in level 2. Finest Football. What do we need in level 2 to proceed to level 3? What does the group/team need? AFC base, all right. All right, next up. All we need is an AFC base card. There it is. I'll do my best, buddy. There's the Beast, Marshawn, Fantasy Finest, and Charles Sims. Johnson. Here's a Monty Ball refractor. Oh, yeah. Kadeem Carey. All right. Next up, Sean Lee. Alshon right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Some guy plays for the Bears right there. Oh, yeah. I have retired from watching football until he is gone. All right, here's a Suggs, Roddy White. Ooh, redemption. Donald and Michael Sam. There's a Patterson right here, Vikings. Victor Ortiz, Le'Veon Bell. Here's a Clowney cut. Oh, yeah. Houston Texans, Kaysen S. You'll be the talk of the town with that card, buddy. Just pulled it out of the bar somewhere. Oh, yeah. Magnet card. Kaysen coming out to you. So Richard Sherman right there. Vincent Jackson. Garcon, Rogers, and Garoppolo. All right. Here's a Drew Brees. And then we got a Julius Thomas Broncos. And then Slammin' Sammy Watkins. All right, next up, AJ Green. Here is a Luke Kuechly. Right here, Luke Kuechly. And then we're going to have a Derek Carr. Numbered right here, 69 to 75. The Raiders, Tim S. Coming out to you, Tim S. And another Derek Carr and Cooks. All right, next up, Julio Jones. So Ray Rice. And Carlos Hyde. Antonio Brown, Austin, Trey Mason. And then we're going to have a Charles Sims. Look at this. Charles Sims right there. Tampa Bay. And that is John C. Coming out to you, John C. Tampa Bay Bucks. Very nice. And Jordan Lynch for the Bears. We got an Alfred Morris, Lacey Manning. There's a Bortles cut right there. AJ McCarron. And last pack in the break. Josh Gordon. Refractor right there. Breeze. Veterans. All right, let's see what the redemption is. Let's see what the redemption is. It is going to be autographed Jumbo Relic Refractor Blue Parallel. Geno Smith, who has the Jets. That's pretty cool. Jumbo Relic Refractor Blue Parallel. And that is the Jets. John C. John C. There you go, buddy. John C. Hey, it's still a cool card to get, though, man. Yes, sir. All right, next up is Prime Football. All right, here's where it gets interesting. What do we need in level 3? What do we need? I don't think so, dude. That's crazy. What do we need in level 3? We're on level 3 now. Must pull it autographed. All right. Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns. All right, so we're rooting for Gary H., who owns the Bengals. Let's see. Ravens owner is David K. Steelers owner is Michael M. And the Browns owner is Gary J. We're rooting for one of them to move the entire group to the next box. We need a numbered card, autograph, or relic from one of those. And we'll move on to level 4. Here we go, everybody. Good luck. We're on to Prime. Ray Rice, Clay Matthews. Here's a Michael Wallace. And here is a D. Milner right here. Short print Jets. All right. All right, next up, we're on level 3, trying to make it to level 4. Jordy Nelson, Alex Smith. Here is a Sheldon Richardson right here. Cooks. Ryan. And Logan. Here's a Logan Thomas, 57 to 350 Cardinals. Sean C. All right, next up, shorts right here, Jags. All right. All right, next up, Pierre Thomas. Here's LaShawn McCoy, Phillip Rivers, Lynch. Ooh, another redemption. All right, another redemption. Next up is a Ryan Matthews. Here is a Josh Gordon right there, primetime performance. Here is a Logan Thomas. Nice two-color patch right there, Arizona Cardinals. And then a Sean C. Coming up to you, Sean C. And then we get a Ha-Ha right there. All right. Didn't Michael Sam get released by the Cowboys? Didn't he get released by the Cowboys now? Palomalu, Torrey Smith, and there's a Marshall. All right. Jimmy Graham, Jay Cutler, Wes Welker. And then we're going to have a Derek Carr. Autograph right there. Derek Carr for the Raiders. Tim S. Coming out to you, Tim S. Derek Carr. Very nice. For the Raiders. And there's Kadeem Carey. So Percy Harvin. Right there, Seahawks. Darrelle Revis. Here is a Heartline right there. Prime Rookies. Rams, and here is a Kadeem Carey quad right there for the Bears. 60 of 99 Chicago Bears. April B. That's coming out to you, April B. So Charles Sims. Yeah, Bears was April B. What did we hit to move on? Did we hit something for the AFC North? Did we hit something from the AFC North? No, we're not. No, it's AFC North, guys. AFC North. All right. There's a Von Miller. There is a Sean Lee. That's all right, Sean Lee. That's all right, Reggie Bush. And Sammy Watkins. All right. Next up, Deshaun Jackson. There's a Bowman. Frank Gore. Kendall Wright. Kaepernick. And Carlos Hyde. All right. We need this card to be the savior. We need this card to be the savior. And it's going to be a... I think that did it. You are due to receive an Auto Relic Prime 5 of Dry Archer. And I believe he is a Steeler. Yes. I believe he is a Steelers. Unbelievable. We're moving on. Michael M. Michael M. saved us. All right. We're moving on to the next level. At the buzzer. Unbelievable. Nice card, by the way, too. Nice card. All right, so Michael M. moves the entire group to the next level. See how fun these breaks are? We should do more. All right, now we have to pull a Jacksonville Jaguar autograph. Clarence C. Everybody's rooting for Clarence C. now. Butch. Everybody's rooting for that guy. Veronica, at least you acknowledge the truth, you know what I mean? As long as you've accepted the truth, that everything will be fine. All right, let's do finest. Let's do finest football. We need Butch to pull a autographed Jacksonville Jaguar card. I believe it's Bortles and Robinson in here autoed for the Jags. We have to pull an autograph Jacksonville Jaguar card. All right, here we go. Level 4. We're on level 4 of the break. Good luck, everybody. Level 4. All right. EJ right there, Matt Forte, Martin, and all right. Here's a Sankey right there. Nice. Marquise Lee. There's a AJ McCarron cut right there. AJ McCarron cut Bengals. Garcon refractor right there. And then here is a AJ McCarron autograph. Another one. Cincinnati Bengals. That is Gary H. Coming out to you. Gary H. Player worn memorabilia. AJ McCarron. Rookie card patch. Indeed it is. Here's a D. Anthony Thomas. Chiefs. That was nice. So TY right here. Jimmy Graham. Patrick Peterson. Here is a Tom Savage cut. There you go, Kaysen. That'll go next to your other cut right there. Clowney. All right. Still rolling in the break. Giovanni Bernard. Kelvin right there. Refractor. Panthers. All right, here's a Eric Berry. Moore. Patrick Willis. Here is a Jordy Nelson. And then the one right there, Titans. All right. Next up, RG3. Come on, buddy. RG3 right there. Quinn. Here is a Le'Veon Bell. Fantasy Finest right there, Pittsburgh. And we got a Vincent Jackson right there. Tampa Bay. Watch out. There's a Morris rookie card, Jacksonville. Randall Cobb, Calvin, Dez. There's a Jordy right there, Green Bay. And here's a Mike Evans. All right, 3 packs left. CJ Spiller, Matt Ryan. There's a cut right there for Cooks. Another redemption. Wow, a lot of redemptions in this break. And Robert Herron. All right. A lot of redemptions in this break. Andrew Luck. Lynch. Kaepernick. There's a Matt Forte, 26/75. Bears, April B. That's coming out to you, April B. Bishop Sankey. All right. And then we got a Eli. Brady. Charles. Richard Sherman refractor. Jake Matthews. All right. We need this to be Bortles. or a Jacksonville player to move on to level 5. Here we go. It is going to be rookie refractor autograph patch Paul Richardson. And that is the Seahawks, Sean C. That's coming out to you, Sean C. Sorry, John. That's crazy, dude. Sean C gets another one. All right, that'll do it for the leveler number 7. We got to level 4 on that one. Let's save that for YouTube.